Lions TV, this is your post-match analysis video for yesterday's 1-1 draw against Preston North End at the Den, the final game before the international break. And are we limping into that break or not? That's the question I still can't get to the bottom of. You could say it is only one defeat in 7. On the other hand, you could say we are no wins in 3. As always, let's kick off the show by taking a look at the 11 that the gaffer picked to start the match. It was Crocombe in goal, Kramer right back, Caleb Taylor come in to partner Jake Cooper in the centre of defence. Zach Sturge returned at left back. It was Derek Mazusako and Casper Denor in the centre of midfield with Tierno Ballo on the left, Idemo Maku on the right, Kamil Neshley in the 10, and he remained in the side and got his goal. Mihailo Ivanovic. Okay, on paper, that looks quite an exciting side, a very attacking side. And now, you know, no Mitchell yesterday. We're hearing he's injured. We had no Smallbone and no Luongo. Now, in that midfield, that's 3 big players for us, not available. So I kept saying play a 3 central midfielders in that 3 instead of an outright actual 10. We're struggling to do it now. Daniel Kelly was on the bench, if you want to count him for what it's worth. No offence to him, he'll probably be injured again soon. He don't really get near it anyway. So initially played in the 10. Okay, that looked quite exciting and attacking. And Maku was back in the side on the right and Ballo was on the left. All trying to provide the big Serb with chances. By the way, on top of them injuries, we're still waiting on Lucas Jensen to come back. And I thought yesterday Crocombe was the first time he looked a little bit dodgy. But not a fault for their goal. That was down to Kamil Neshley, who was supposed to be playing the 10, decided to start playing right back all of a sudden. I'll get into that. No Ryan Leonard. No Doty, no Coburn, probably amongst others. So the injuries are now once again piling up, and personally I welcome the international break with open arms. That was the team we went with. Like I said, looks exciting on paper, started the game well. Some good early pressure from us. It looked like we was trying to take the game to Preston. Good patterns of play, players overlapping, getting in the right areas, and we create a chance quite early on. Kramer involved, as to was Neshley originally before he gets his shot at goal from the edge of the box. It looked worse from where I was sitting, watching the back of the replay. It's a miss. He should hit the target. He knows he should hit the target. Is it a given he should score the goal? No. He should be making the goal keep work. But again, it's a player that's not had a great run of games, and that's his own fault, in my opinion, due to his form. He's been in and out of the side, and he just looks like a shadow of the man that was here at the back end of last season when he was fit. Scored some important goals, one home against Middlesbrough, but was injured quite a lot. But you could see those flashes. This season, other than Norwich, the start of the season, first game, I don't feel I've seen it from Neshley. I feel that he's massively suffering from a confidence loss for whatever reason, rightly or wrongly. And I think if he'd had more game time, he might have converted that. Preston then go up the other end, and they have a chance from distance. It's a good save by Crocombe. It's a save I expect him to make. Then they score a goal, and I feel we was on top before that, after that, and as a whole in the first half. You know, if we'd have got booed off at half-time, which we didn't because we equalised, which I'll get into, I would have thought that would have been a bit unwarranted, because I thought that we definitely took the game to Preston. Like I said, I thought that we was on the front foot and looked the better side. But we conceded a horrendous goal. Kenny was with us yesterday in the box. I'd already said to Kenny, and I'm not sure whether this is a criticism of Neshley or an observation, he plays on the right. We all say play him at a 10. But yesterday, he was playing in the 10, but he kept gravitating naturally over to the right-hand side. And I said to Kenny, he's starting to piss me off, because, and that's before he did what he did, he's starting to piss me off because he needs to go and be in the 10. He drops deep, he receives the ball. I get that because he's trying to build play from deeper, then join back in further up the pitch. But he kept gravitating to the right-hand side of the pitch, which was making us a bit unbalanced. And at that point, I had enough of him already by the time he did what he did, where he's almost in right-back position, collecting the ball. Rooney used to drop deep for England so much, he used to drive me fucking mad because we have no striker. But we had no 10, other than the early chance where he did really well. From that point, he should have, stuck to his position. Maybe he's trying to create from deep, like generate a little bit of momentum and pressure, going forward. I get that. Maybe that's unfair from me. But he's basically in right back position with a man up his arse when he, for whatever reason, there was a Preston player in front of him and he's gone round that Preston player. So I don't know whether the first Preston player that he could see has blocked his view of the second Preston player that I assume he could not see, because he's passed it way short of Crocombe. Crocombe's had to come out. It's actually a really good finish from the Preston player. Good response under pressure, composure, and he just flicks it past Crocombe first time, and we're 1-0 down. It was good to see a few players going. I think Kramer was one of them. Denor was another going, putting their arm round initially, whose head had obviously clearly dropped and was already down, as I said, in my opinion, since the start of the season, for whatever reason. So it's good togetherness, good team spirit to see them do that and try and go, come on, get past it and move on. Did he move on? Not really. I don't think in the game. I just think, I'll say it now before I forget it, Ballo, Amaku, Nesley, I struggled to explain it the other day, and I still am a little bit. We massively miss, and I know I'm probably boring you because I bore myself keep saying it, and with the Serb up front, it's good to have youth, young, exciting young players that we've brought in from wherever in the world, Serbia, Belgium, whatever, or was it Holland, sorry. But then you need to have a balance, and I don't think yesterday and against Birmingham we had that balance. You need a little bit of experience. We've got it at the back, we've got it in goal, we've got it with Casper in the midfield, but beyond that, those three with the one, they're all good on their day. They've all got, other than the Serb, good close control. They're skillful. They're exciting attacking players. They want to get bums off seats. But they haven't got the football brain. They're all fucking away with the fairies a little bit. And I don't think the balance is right. That's what I think the problem was at Birmingham. That's what I think the problem was yesterday. Having said that, on reflection, we haven't played fantastic. We're without all those aforementioned players injured. So I don't think against a team that come, one place above us, I don't think it was the worst result. I'll take that and get us into the international break. Another mate of mine was in the box yesterday and he went to me, how the fuck are Preston third? Or whether they was fourth before the game, they're third now. They're fucking terrible. They're a bad side. Well, in this division this year, we've seen the likes of Norwich, who relieved Liam Mannion of his duties yesterday. Down the bottom, Sheffield United under Chris Wilder can't get going still. Down the bottom, Southampton sacked their manager recently, Will Still. Down the bottom, so you're seeing this shift. Leicester haven't caught fire yet. Ipswich are starting to creep up now. They're one place behind us. But usually the relegated teams from the Prem would all be straight back up there from the start, and it hasn't happened. So it is allowing, no disrespect to us, the Prestons, the fucking Anoraks of this world, to be up that top end. So yes, maybe Preston weren't fantastic, but they started the game above us. They finished the game above us, and we didn't beat them. So, again, I'm really on the fence with this one. I genuinely usually gutted for an international break. I'm at work again, as you can see, so I'll get some serious hours in during the international break. So I'm not overly bothered, but not just because of that, because I don't know, I just feel, do you know what, I'm ready for this break now. I'm ready for this break. We desperately need Aziz back, and I had a fucking to and fro in the pub last night with me, mate. We are fucked without Aziz. And he said, you can't say that. I said, but we are. That's the reality of it. Last season, Aziz, Amaku, and some other wingers we probably had at the time who are now, I can't remember. They was all competing. Who's going to be the one maybe to go to that next level? Now, Aziz has gone fuck off and he's exceeded them all by a mile, right? He's a big bloke as well. He's not, and I know it shouldn't be judged on fucking height. We're not in school. I'll have the biggest player, please. But the other three, the Ballo, Nesley, they're very, very slight. Kundal, they're physically very slight. Aziz isn't that. And it doesn't just count on that, like I said. He's got a real presence about him. Amaku, he's exciting. I'll give him credit for that. I'll definitely credit him with being, when the chips are down, as we have seen at the start of the season with games we're getting battered, he will never ever shirk responsibility, Amaku. He always is willing to take that responsibility. Even if he fucks it up, he'll keep going, he'll plug away, and he wants that responsibility. So I'll give him massive credit for that. I really want him. I'd love for him to be my favourite. Do I have a favourite Millwall player? Nearly 46 years old. A bit weird. But, at times he was being touted out as PSV are coming in for him. And it was really exciting. He just hasn't got a football brain. He's got really no end product. He proved it when he ran in on goal in the first half and he hit the side netting. Kenny jumped up and I didn't move. And I said to Kenny, I've not moved because I know. He went, what is he going to do? And he went, yeah, but he only played one game. I get that he'd only played, he's just come back into the side. But that run and finish into the side netting, or that run and fucking the final cross-up, you get out of Amaku's after 10 straight games. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or 10. He just can't seem to have that in product. He hasn't got a lot of a football brain. And Nesley, Kundal, Ballo, they're all, like I said, skillful little players, But they don't seem to have the football brain. I want a Steve Morrison up there. Like I said, this is, right, get hold of the fucking ball. Right, you, stop fucking running up your own arse and doing that, and do this. Feed into me, we'll go here, we'll come here, into this area, and then we'll drag the team up the pitch and we'll go again. They're just a bit fucking skew-with. They're a bit like fucking erratic all over the place. And if they're not firing, which again, none of them was yesterday, I'll credit Maku again. He forced corners, got us in strong positions. I thought Ballo was terrible yesterday again. Nesley was terrible again. And I keep saying play that 3 in behind the 1, but I get it, it's difficult. We got no, as I said, 3 strong centre midfielders in Billy Mitchell. Massimo Luongo's done and dusted. He won't play again this season. And I saw a picture on Instagram, or someone sent it to me, of Will Smallbone on crutches with a massive smile on his face. Looks over the moon about it. No, he obviously isn't over the moon about it, but I wouldn't be standing there smiling with a massive smile on my crutches with a guy who clearly wanted the photo saying, no, big up the fucking rehab place you've been to, they're sorting you out. So we're in a bit of a pickle in terms of that, but we need Aziz back. And my mate said, stop saying it. I said, look, that is the reality. Last season, like I said, he went to that new level. Look at us at the start of this season. He played the first game of the season, actually missed a sitter, didn't he, over the bar at 1-1. A cut back from the byline at the end where our fans were. But since then, he dropped out, right? After that, he dropped out. And he weren't in the team. We were struggling. Aziz comes back in, we go on a mad run. A mad run that continued up until he went off injured again at Oxford. Since then, we've not won. So, as Aidan O'Brien once said to me, the stats don't lie. I don't want to be this one-man team in the final third, right? We're not a one-man team. In the final third at the minute, we're a one-man team, unfortunately. I'm not counting the back 4, the goalkeeper, or the 2 central midfielders. Mazu Saka thought did well again yesterday, and Kasper. But Billy does, Luongo did, and so did Smallbone. I'm not counting any of those. I'm counting with no Aziz in the final third, we are a one-man team. And it has to be rectified in January. We also need a centre-forward badly. Do we need a right back? Well, let's get on to it. The game, I liked Kramer back at right back. It allowed Caleb Taylor to come in. Caleb Taylor, someone said in the comments, I just saw one before I started filming. He's shit. He's played 1 game at Palace. Give him time. I'm sure he'll be fine with Cooper. And as much as I like Kramer at centre-back, in that right-back position, he showed again yesterday, time and again, he can get forward and get good deliveries into the box, and that's what we need. Sturge, I think he got man of the match again yesterday. Great player. And he got man of the match, I believe, again. I'm not saying he wasn't good, but he got given a bit of a tough time. So he done well. He did hold his own against Thierry Small, who we was interested in, I believe, at one point. Ex-Anorak, now at Preston. And I'll get onto their chances in the second half in a minute. But I thought he did well, Sturge, but I thought he definitely got himself tested, which you like, against Thierry Small. But after they've scored that goal, we then go at the other end. I think Mazu Sako has one from distance that deflects and nearly drops in, goes just wide. You have another one from, I think, Caleb Taylor, like I said, that it's a half chance. If it's a striker, then I'm expecting more. If it's a centre-back that's playing his first game, his first start, then only his second game for the club, I'm not expecting him to score that, but I would have preferred to see one of the more forward-thinking players in that position and taking a chance. It was a half chance. And then the absolutely glaring one is the ball cross. It actually wasn't on the highlights. I watched our highlights, then I watched Preston's highlights, because their highlights, how many times do I want to say highlights, were 2 minutes longer than ours. He still didn't show the one. I think it might have been Denor that put it through for the Serb, and he stood on the ball, didn't he? I think he saw his chance, he really wants to get his goal, and he trod on the ball and fucking fell over, and it went miles wide. And he got shit for that, but I'm going to credit him now because our equaliser comes, and like I said in my full-time reaction yesterday, for you youngsters who don't know what own goals and gaffes was by Danny Baker, I used to fucking love them videos every Christmas. I used to get them wrapped up in a big VHS box. It was things like Preston's first goal. It was things like our equaliser yesterday, and just silly things like that on football pitches, fights, arguments, and whatever on the pitch or in the crowd. Danny Baker could have got a lot of content for his Christmas thing if he still did it. And actually said in the Preston commentary, very rare mistake from Everson. He sort of, I don't know if he takes his eye off the ball and sees Ivanovic, but I'm going to credit Ivanovic because people say he doesn't run hard enough, he doesn't do enough. I felt sorry for him when he trod on the ball because he was just too excited because he wanted to do so well. He should have been more composed. Yes, that's what I want from my striker. It didn't happen. And then after that, he's run, if you get a chance to watch it back, the throw-on goes back to their goalkeeper, and he doesn't go at a canter. He really puts a shift in to put the keeper under pressure. The keeper must take his eye off the ball, and as he goes to swipe his left foot at it, it hits his toes on his right foot, redirects it, fuck off, fresh air shot. The Serb, love him, he scores, he does his Ivanovic celebration, I was going to say Mitrovic celebration, but some of the photos I saw online actually made me laugh after, because he's on the fucking, over by the Docker stand like this. Like as if he scored the fucking greatest goal in the world. But a goal is a goal, and he got it, and we went in at half-time, 1-1. Just before half-time, Max Crocombe nearly adds to Danny Baker's content if he wanted it, because he does the same thing. A pass back to him, takes a touch, doesn't get rid of it quick enough. I would have had what's already happened with our goal and their goal in my mind, and I'd have gone, fuck that, I'm getting rid of that first time. It was on his right foot, but he decides to take the touch, tees it up. As he goes through the outfield, their defender comes across. He does get a good connection on his clearance, but their defender coming across, it comes off him, flies past Crocombe. It did go well wide. On the highlights this morning, it looked closer than it actually was. It went well wide, but just hairy, scary moments yesterday. Just a mad game in parts, but overall in the first half, I thought he was definitely the better side. Preston had that one shot early, like I said. Other than that, again, I say this in a lot of videos, we got in good areas, we forced chances, we forced corners, but without really testing their goalkeeper out. I don't think he's made a save in the first half. Obviously, a man of his goal was given to him. The Mazu Sacco shot, Taylor one just wide. I think the Norm might have had a pop just wide. We haven't actually tested their goalkeeper. They didn't test ours either. But on the balance of things, I feel we really deserve to go in at the break, you know, level, if not in front. I thought we was the better side. I thought we'd push on in the second half, and again we did and we didn't. We farted about a bit, didn't we, and got in good areas, but then we didn't put the final balls into the box. And then the Serb shows his worth. Looks like he's got a bit of confidence back, which is good. A move down the right hand side, over by the Kitchener, across the face of goal. He gets a really good connection on it into the near post, and Everson redeems himself for his earlier mistake for our goal. Makes a really good save. Really unlucky there, the Serb. And again, that could have been him fully off and running for the season, but we huffed and puffed. Casper hit one that was just wide. We was right behind that one. I'm always right behind one in the game, I know. And then we bring on Langstaff. This is the bit that's confusing me, and I'm going to ask you to help me out in the comments, because we brought on Langstaff, and I thought, right, lovely, 4-4-2. If we went 4-4-2, the rest of the players didn't get the memo. But then after that, I saw Langstaff drifted to the left. But then more subs were made, and we went three at the back. So there was lots of formation changes. I had time for it, and respect to Alex Neil that he thought, do you know what, I want to go for the win. And I thought that's what he'd done by bringing Langstaff on, because he left the Serb on. But I now can't work out if Langstaff was actually playing up front or he was playing on the left. So let me know in the comments what you think, or if you know anything as fact, because I'm just going off what I saw. But despite putting Langstaff on, which I assumed in a 4-4-2, we put absolutely no balls into the box. That's what the rest of the players didn't get the memo. At that point, start getting balls in the box. Casper had the chance to do it, and he ended up going for a shot that was wide. Someone else did it. It may have been Ballo on the left-hand side. Had the opportunity to put the ball in the box, didn't put the ball in the box. You put two strikers on the pitch and go for a win, if that is what happened, then fucking try and give him some service. Langstaff hardly touched the ball. Not his fault, because I assume he was up front, and Alex Neil sends him on and goes, right, there you go, two strikers, get balls in the box. We didn't get any in. And again, we flitted and farted about with it a bit. And then we nearly, just before we went three at the back, I said to Kenny, I'd take a point. I'd rather that than him fucking, you know, us lose the game. And Kenny said, well, no, I'd try and win the game, but you don't want to lose again off the back of a point's a point against a team that, regardless of I or any people with me or you lot think they're any good, they're still above us. They're third in the division. Stoke obviously lost yesterday to Coventry as well. Middlesbrough have lost their manager, so I'll take it. I will absolutely take it off yesterday. Towards the end, they have two chances. The first one is Thierry Small, gets round the wrong side, I think he's a Sturge, and he fires it. Crocombe goes down. Now, it'll go down as a good save, but as a goalkeeper, you always get your hand down first. He doesn't. My dad used to go mad at me because I was very strong at diving to my right. My weak side was my left, and a couple of times you fucking gone down his stage. You used to terrorise me, old man. God rest his soul. But yeah, like I didn't get my hand down first at times to my left, and that would be my weak side. And that's what Crocombe does. He don't get his hand down first. He sort of collapses his body. It goes under him. I'm assuming he's like this part of his arm or his armpit or something, and it's gone right across the fucking goal line out for a corner. So it will go down as a good save, but he got away with one massively. And towards the end again, we're stretched because we're on the attack. They get through one-on-one. Their player cuts inside from the left, and he makes a good save with his feet. It's, again, a save you'd expect him to make. I'm sure the Preston fans will be saying their player should have done a lot better after all the things he did in the build-up and the other rest of the team to get him to that point. But on the back of that, the fact that we are, again, hindered by injuries, the fact that they come to town, you know, up there as we are, they always start well, Preston, don't they? I'm not knocking them. They usually fall away. A season or two ago, under their Scouse manager, I can't remember his name, weren't they like 7 games, Ryan Lowe was it? Might have been 7 games like top of the league, didn't concede in hardly any of them and were flying high after 7 games, didn't lose. But they fell away, so hopefully they will fall away. Do I think we're any better than Preston? Because people were slagging Preston off to me yesterday. No, but we're obviously not, are we? We drew 1-0. They're above us in the league. We're on pretty much a level. Do I think we're better than Preston with our full side out? Yes. One, we can't get our full side out ever. And two, I believe they had injuries and a few people missing yesterday, so they can argue that point if there's any Preston fans in the thing. But all in all, overall now, saying it, it's a point I'll take off the back of losing Birmingham and conceding a late goal at Oxford. I'll take it. Okay, we won, by the way, obviously previous to that 3 straight games home, so that weren't going to always continue, was it? You have to lose games, you have to draw games. It's a championship, very competitive. Anyone could beat anyone. And on really chances created, our goalkeepers made more saves than theirs. I think very, very even. So I think a point was a fair result. And like I said, I'm not overly disappointed with it. I didn't really think anything yesterday. Usually I come out of that ground and I'm completely emotionally and fucking mentally drained, physically drained, even though I didn't obviously play, through the ups and downs of it, win or lose. And then yesterday with a draw, I don't know, I was struggling to get motivated for my full-time reaction a little bit. And I'm not giving up. I love the channel. I love doing it. Part of my life, like I said in other videos. But it's just a bit, yeah, all right, 1-1, international break. Let's going to have a break now for a couple of weeks. And we are going to have a break for a couple of weeks. So this will be your last video for a while. That's your post-match analysis done. Hope you've enjoyed it. I will say, I did the Femi Aziz interview, didn't I? And I put that out on YouTube. I put it out on Facebook as well. I'm starting to put videos out on Facebook. I'll be completely honest with you. I won't lie. I got a notification off Facebook saying I've been monetised. So why would I not put videos out in full on there? That's the reality. I'm just telling you the truth. So what I did was the other week when I did the film, I've started putting full-time reactions out on there as well and a few other videos. Yesterday I completely forgot because I had to get away quick. It is out on YouTube, obviously, the full-time reaction content from Kenny and the Omaras as well. But I've started putting full-time reactions in full out on Facebook, and as well as other videos. And I put the Aziz interview out. Some people were saying, that's brilliant. Oh, I love that. Fantastic. You should do more of these. We've done over 80 interviews with current Millwall players and famous fans, managers of the club. They're all on our YouTube playlist, but next week during international break, I will post on Facebook the most recent ones that I've done with current players. I'm talking Ryan Leonard, Casper Denor, Femi Aziz I've done, Jake Cooper and Sir Alex himself. So if you want to follow our Facebook page, go over there. It all goes in my pocket. I've got no problem whatsoever about telling you that. But a few people ask me if I've lost weight, so I might as well get it all out, get all my emotions out. Yes, I have lost weight. Yes, I'm doing Manjaro. For some people that have asked, I know people that do Manjaro and have lied and gone, yeah, I took the dog for a walk and then I only have milkshakes and all that. When I say to people, he's done all right, he's done Manjaro. I'm on Manjaro, by the way. I have lost weight. A few of you have said it, and I've got no issues whatsoever with telling you that. So there you go. There's all my personal news on a Sunday as well. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.